Arnold, among others.
Eddie Arnold, absolutely, yeah.
My grandmother was a huge Eddie Arnold fan, and to this day, I still love Cattle Call. I mean, it's one of those songs that's etched in my mind from my childhood. It's a big part of my childhood that I remember, and so I know exactly what you're saying there. Now, your current album is titled what?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
There's a surprise. I got you.
Just like the title track you just heard.
Yeah, exactly, right. And that's available all over the place now, right?
It is on pretty much any social media outlet on the internet that you can buy music. It's on there. You can stream it on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, all that stuff. It's available. Great.
And they can find you where?
They can find me, again, at www.thekbb.website. And that also has the links to all the online purchases for the music and all our shows and all that.
Well, remember now, once you've been on our show, you're part of our family as well. So as you, as you move on and create new music, new tours, whatever you've got going, the door is always open here for you. We'll get you. We can get you on anytime. We'll work with you and do what we can to help you out and get you back on the show again. And I encourage our listeners to contact each of our guests, including Kyle Bergault. Contact them online. You'll find them all over the place. And tell them what you think of their music. And if you like it, buy some of it, because let's face it, they're here to make you happy. So get with it. Kyle, tell us a little bit about this next track we're going to play that I promised everybody was a good beer drinking song.
You know, it really is, David. And this song was written by a guy named Billy Yates and Byron Hill. They both co-wrote this song. And the first time I heard it, I said, man, I'd love to record that song. And we did. Back when I put my EP out in 2015, I went down to Nashville and recorded it. The name of the song is Better Every Beer. We actually have a country music video out to it that was produced right up here in just outside of Troy, New York, at a little pub called the Rustic Barn.
Right.
And it's just a really fun song. It's a great crowd response when we play it out. There's nothing like hearing the crowd singing along when we're playing it, and it always goes over really well. And again, this was produced by Eddie Kilgallen.
I can get the feeling of the Rustic Barn, although it wasn't there, or at least I didn't know of it when I was in that part of upstate New York. We did have one across the line in Vermont, up a little bit north of there, that we went across to. That was actually that. It was a big old barn that they had turned into a dance hall. So I understand completely, and it's great. It's an excellent video. You'll enjoy it, folks. His name is Kyle Bergault. Let's see if I can spell it. Bourgault, right? Bourgault. Kyle Bergault.
That's correct.
His website is thekbb.com. And this is...
website.
I'm sorry?
Thekbb.website.
My mistake. thekbb.website. Got to get these things right. So, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. This is Kyle Bergault, and it gets better every beer.
I saw her walking through the door. She barely even caught my eye. Didn't give a second look. My throat was feeling kinda dry. So I ordered me a long neck. One led to 2 or 3 or 4. Then I took another look, and my chin just hit the floor. She's looking better every beer. Not like when she first came in here. This place is smoky, but it's clear. She's looking better every beer. 10 o'clock right now. I hate to see this evening end, but I can't wait till closing time. She's gonna be a perfect 10. She's looking better every beer, not like when she first came in here. This place is smoky, but it's clear. She's looking better every beer. She's looking better every beer, not like when she first came in here. This place is smoky, but it's clear. She's looking better every beer. She's looking better every beer, not like when she first came in here. This place is smoky, but it's clear. She's looking better every beer. Wow, did you see that walk in? Hey, bartender, I got 2 hands, so give me 3 more beers. Woo! Now you see what I'm drinking, but you don't know what I'm thinking. Oh, bartender, don't cut me off now. Give me 1 more, just 1 more beer.
Oh, there you go. That's Kyle Bergalt right here on the David Bowers Awards, the only show where every show is an award show. Don't you just love it? By the way, artists, thank you very much. Artists, don't forget to send us your EPK or link to your EPK, or if you don't have either, just send us your best MP3 and a short current bio for a chance to have your music featured right here on the show, or maybe even come on the show as a guest. That's all there is to it. Send that to David at TheDavidBowers.com, and we'll listen to it, look it over, and we'll get back to you. That's where we find many of our artists. As a matter of fact, Kyle Bergalt, who was just on here, we got as a referral from a past guest on the show, Dan Kohler of Tier 1 Talent up in Albany, and here he was on the show. You got to listen to him. Great stuff, too. Love the music. Kind of reminds me of the story that goes around about a song that was recorded by an artist, and he didn't like the song, and they had to talk him into doing it. And I don't know if the story is true or not, but I do know that the story is going around about a thing called I've Got Friends in Low Places, and turned into a great drinking song, and I'm sure that he's glad he did it by now. But we've got to move right along right now because we have our next guest standing by and waiting to come on in. We'll talk to him in 3 or 4 minutes right after we play Why Ask Why by Sorrentos.
Expect to go on a ride. peace and love and tranquility. Where there's trouble in the Middle East, they say it's what we have felt. But is it really, really that way? But I'll tell you, the one thing I've learned in my life, sometimes you just never ever know why. When you least expect to go on a ride, all this crap happens and you get hit from the blind side. Why ask why we can't change the world? Why ask why we never get the girl? Why ask why when we still try? Oh, why ask why? Why ask why? Is it the truth or is it a lie? Why ask why? Oh, why ask why? 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 Is it the truth or just a damn lie?
And there you have it. That's called Pause by Sorrentos, who is here to talk with us and tell us a little bit more about his music and also to introduce his new track, which we'll be playing in just a little bit. Sorrentos, welcome aboard.
Hey, David. How are you doing tonight?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, my friend.
Very good. Thank you. So glad you were able to come back and bring us the new track, and actually bring us a couple of tracks, the one we just played. And that's kind of an EDM cut rather than a rock cut, and which is really cool because it shows that you can and do cross genres in that respect. And it was a neat track, really. Tell us about it.
Well, thank you. I try not to pigeonhole myself and do rock exclusively. So I try to do pop rock. I've done pop, and I've done usually I'll do one or two dance EDM type songs on each CD every year. So this song is interesting. It's about your favorite song for the summer. I think we all have a favorite song, and we just want to play it over and over and over again. And that's basically what the song's about. And the chorus, goes back to the old CD cassette players where you had a pause and a rewind button and a play button, and it just kind of plays off that.
Right, and that's kind of interesting that you do throw back to that era, because there seems to be a movement. I'm not sure how big it is yet, but there seems to be some kind of movement. They're reviving the old cassette players, which I find rather strange, but it's interesting when the old comes around again. So your timing was really, really quite well with that, even if it was an inadvertent timing thing. Now, what have you been doing since the last time we talked? Are you doing any shows? You doing just studio work or what?
I'm doing mostly studio work at this time. I'm just basically, to be quite honest, just trying to build up my fan base, trying to get, I don't think there's any point of me trying to tour, because I'm not, Taylor Swift with a huge fan base